You are watching Touch of Class with Rev Elliott. Welcome to Touch of Class with Rev Elliott. Today I have a special guest. He's also our friend, Chuck Roots. He's from Ripon, and I'd like him to introduce a little bit about himself to the audience and the camera, please.
Sure. Well, my name is Chuck Roots, and I'm a retired Navy chaplain as well as a retired pastor. And I've gotten to know the Elliots over the years, and especially since Bob is a retired Army. We have much in common, so it's been a pleasure to know the Elliots.
Okay, and I love your bow tie today.
Thank you.
Who picked, your wife or yourself?
That was me. My wife normally doesn't let me out of the house without checking me over, but she let me come like this.
That's very nice. Yes,
Thank
you looks great. And he also told me he likes to have a little makeup, but we didn't have makeup person today, so he's without makeup. I have lots of makeup on. Well, okay, first I'd like to ask you, where were you raised?
Why was I late?
Raised.
Oh, where was I raised? I was raised in New England. I was born in Connecticut.
Yes.
Although my parents were from East Texas, my father got a job in New York City during the Depression. And so my brother, sister, and I were all born and raised in Connecticut in the New England area.
What's the reason you picked California?
I didn't. Just as I was starting my senior year in high school, my stepfather, who was a corporate executive, was moved out to California to take over a vice presidential position. And we wound up in Los Angeles, where I graduated from high school. And have pretty much been in California as my home of record ever since. That was 1965.
1965? I thought you were about 30 years old.
You're very nice.
But I saw your bio. You got a lot of experience, so many things. So you enlisted the Marine Corps.
That is correct.
And you became a chaplain, military.
Much later.
Yes,
Yeah.
much later, okay. And then what the reason you picked that job?
Why did I pick being a chaplain? Well, it wasn't a job I picked. That was a position that God picked for me.
Okay.
Now, I didn't grow up in the church. I didn't have that kind of a background. Never questioned the existence of God. To me, just looking at the world and the way it functions and the orderliness of it, not man's orderliness, but just the world's orderliness, and the whole cosmos, everything else, there's something had to be behind that. I didn't know what that something was, but life wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to me unless there was some meaning and purpose to it. Now, I didn't know where to go with that. There was no training that I had received. I hadn't sat under some biblical teaching or anything like that to give me some sort of a foundation for that belief. But I didn't know where to go with any kind of study to bring me to the point of belief. However, life's experiences, especially as a Marine in Vietnam, very close to death, it became more and more an imperative for me to decide, okay, if there is a meaning to life, if there is a purpose for all of this, I need to know what that is. And I believe that God in His leading was bringing me to a point of decision. And as a result, I walked into a Christian Servicemen Center in Yokosuka, Japan.
Oh, is that? No. Where?
Yokosuka.
Yokosuka, Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in 1972, I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps, and I heard the message of Jesus and how He had died for my sins. And that was the moment when the Spirit of God spoke to me and said, "This is what you've been looking for." And I didn't even know it. I didn't realize it. I made a decision to trust Christ as my Savior, and with no idea where that was going to take me, I was just happy to be saved. So as a result of that, about 10 years later, after I had gone through seminary and finished my master's in divinity, I was pastoring a church. I was approached by a Navy chaplain. And he said, "Have you ever thought about being a Navy chaplain?" And I said, "No, I haven't." And he said, "You might want to consider it." And I met the qualifications and
You became.
took the oath and became a Navy chaplain.
And you look back, you're happy about.
Oh, I loved it. It was a
That's
wonderful experience.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So you used to belong to Methodist Church in Nippon.
The Free Methodist Church, yes ma'am.
How long you been there?
Well, I was called to be the pastor there in 1998, and I retired just a little over 2 years ago.
So tell me about your military career.
Well,
Did you have a good time, or chaplain life is better job?
As an enlisted Marine, I served, in my 4-year enlistment and was proud to do that. I did not want to make a career out of it. The Marine Corps chose me to work on jet aircraft, the electronic boxes, and I didn't particularly want to keep doing that for a career.
But how come you joined it?
Well, I joined because of the patriotism.
Okay.
We were in a war, and I had wanted to go in right out of high school when I graduated in 1966, but my brother was already in as a Marine, and he was in
That's
fact
Vietnam War.
Vietnam War. He was already on his way to Vietnam when I was graduating from high school. So I said, I'm going to wait and see what happens. And so when he finally he got out in '69, and I went in. But that was why. It was just I wanted to step up, answer that call, and know that I had done everything I could. So that was the purpose. It wasn't because I was drafted, because I wasn't. I did it because of patriotism. My stepfather, like I said, was a Marine in World War II. He didn't talk much about it, but I was very proud of that, and very proud of my brother going in ahead of me, and so we just followed suit.
Did you go Vietnam?
I did.
You did. How long?
I was there for the better part of a year.
So you get injury, or you just retired?
No, fortunately, actually, I was there the first 30 minutes I was in Da Nang. We got hit with a rocket attack, and a piece of shrapnel hit me right in the middle of the chest.
Oh my gosh.
And it fell to the ground.
But you're okay, you are okay.
I was okay, nothing happened.
Wonderful. Well, I gotta come back right away. We have a little rest, and I'll be back right away.
Drum roll, please. Del Oso Farms is celebrating their 20th anniversary, and they're giving you the anniversary gift of 1 general admission price for almost all of the attractions, including new attractions such as the Giant Slide, Ball Toss Arena, and lawn games. You'll also get the giant pumpkin ball races, where you will race against a giant Zorb ball across the new grass field. Not to mention, you get the corn mazes, haunted castle, mystery tour, walk the plank, Del Oso Express train, hay ride, jumping pillows, scarecrow ride, petting zoo, and so much more. And they still have all your favorites: pumpkin blasters, zip lines, and great kids zone. Lower prices, more attractions. It's a happy 20th anniversary to say thank you for 20 years of fun. Del Oso Family Farm is located right off Interstate 5 in Lathrop, just a short drive away for fall family fun. Open daily from October 1st all the way through Halloween. Plus, there's free parking. Visit their website at pumpkinmaze.com.
Here we are, came back. Welcome to Touch of Class again. Keep continues at the Pastor Roots, Chuck Roots, and we are having a great conversation. Now, he joined the Marine, and how come he ended up in Navy?
Yeah, that's
very interesting.
I get asked that question quite often.
Yes.
How did you go from being a Marine to the Navy?
Navy, yes.
Because they tend to be rather opposed to each other. as if you might say. You know, good inter-service rivalry, which your husband understands.
I don't know.
Oh, sure he does. But, you know, he's Army, and we tolerate the Army, but we also realize that there are some services better than others. And I'm just kidding. But anyway, the Navy approached me, having learned that as a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps Reserve, was I interested in becoming a Navy chaplain? And I said I never even thought about it. So one thing led to another. Next thing I know, I'm raising my right hand and being sworn in as a lieutenant junior grade in the Navy as a chaplain. I spent the next 25 years in that role and capacity, both on active duty and in the reserves. Did a tour, served during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Had some fantastic experiences. And would do it all again if I could take about 45 years.
So you are saying you enjoy the Navy life more than Marine life?
No, I'm not saying that.
Of course, better than Army life.
Well, yes, indeed. And
I just wonder if my husband listening to this show.
I will tell you this though: being an officer was better than being an enlisted man.
Well, of course, yes. When one day my husband's friend, his name Stan Mori, I don't know if you know him or not, but I say to him, I miss my military the life, you know, to be a military officer's wife. Yeah. And he said, yeah, because your husband was colonel, but if you are an enlisting wife, you probably don't want to go back to that life. But yes, I had a wonderful life, and I've been president, vice president, military officers' wives' clubs. And also he became a diplomat, so I did a lot of those jobs too. But did you go Iraqi, the war?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Really? And then you didn't get any injury?
No.
Again, just came home safe.
I'm blessed.
You are very lucky. Because I have a friend, many people went to Vietnam and they got a lot of injuries and stuff, so. Well, you are very lucky, but now you are retired.
Yes.
And are you enjoying retiring life?
Absolutely, yes. I'm enjoying time with my wife, with our grandkids, and I like to play golf. I like to sing. So there's lots of. I have more hobbies.
I heard you're a good singer.
Well, I do. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Next year, if we do karaoke contest, I hope you can join us again. We did this year. Later, I'm going to have another guest. He was in the karaoke contest, yes, and I think he had a great time. He's going to be another guest today, but I'm going to ask him about that. So you do golf?
I do.
Every day?
No, not that I wouldn't if I could, but I work one day a week in my daughter's store. My youngest daughter has a store in Turlock called the Rustic Roots. Oh. It's what they call shabby chic.
The furniture.
The retro look, I guess. Is it a retro look?
Yes.
And I work the store for her one day a week, which gives her an opportunity to work on more furniture to put out on the floor. So
is that right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
When I owned that antique store in here, Tracy, my husband helped me a lot. The carry or delivery, or he was everything he was doing for me. But so, how is your score at golf?
Oh, well, that you never ask a golfer his scores any more than you would ask a woman her age.
Is that true?
I play well.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. Okay. All right. I used to the president of international diplomat wives clubs. Yeah. I was president of golf club. Also, I was president of tennis club for international diplomat wives association. Fun. And I play golf 7 days a week, sometime. Like living in a country club, and between then I play tennis, and all the time people ask me, what is your score? Yeah. So I said, I'm president, but that's no mean I'm a best. That's my answer. I didn't say what is my score. but I enjoyed it very much, and I haven't touched a golf club for 10 years now.
Well, my handicap is 12. So
Wow, that's very nice.
if that
I-
means anything to anyone.
Yes, that's great.
Golfers know what that means. Other than
Yes,
that, most people
yes,
don't.
very good, yes. I missed that, but since I had hip replacement surgery, I just can't play the golf anymore, so I don't, and I haven't touched my golf club. I don't even know how to hit properly. I can't hit the ball now. But I enjoyed it very much.
I'll try to make up
So,
for you.
anything else you do for retirement of life?
I continue to sing. I sing barbershop.
Yes.
And I sing with the Golden Valley Chorus, which is right here in Modesto.
Yes.
And I also sing with a chorus up in Sacramento called Voices of California. So we're always preparing for the next show, the next outing. And
Wow. Busy.
last weekend we were down in Riverside, where we were competing against other choruses throughout the western region.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you do well in one of those events, then you get to go to what we call international. And international will be next summer in Las Vegas. So the chorus
Wow.
Voices of California will be competing at the international.
Are you selling tickets for that?
That's something that we don't sell tickets
don't do
for,
it, okay.
but we sell tickets for our own shows. But for the international performance, that would be something you get tickets for on the internet more than anything.
Your bio is very interesting. You know, you are involved in a lot of stuff. Just like my husband, military life, diplomat life, and we involve a lot of stuff. But I never regret, enjoyed it so much, my life. So I believe you do the same things, and healthy, enjoy the golf and enjoy your daughter's stores.
Right.
And sometimes comes a show like this.
Would love
That's
to.
wonderful life.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. We're going to have a commercial break. We'll be back right away.
Every journey begins with a single step. Are you ready to take yours? Here at Modesto Junior College, we can help you begin. The college offers a variety of programs and opportunities, including financial aid. MJC students can transfer to four-year colleges after graduating. Our instructors will prepare you for a successful future in the field of your choice. If you want a quality, affordable education with unlimited horizons, make Modesto Junior College your first step.
Welcome back to Touch of Class with Debbie Elliott. We will continue. I have same guest, Chuck Roots. Okay, now I'd like to ask you private questions.
Oh.
How long you been married with your wife?
I married my wife Izora 2 weeks after I graduated from San Jose State, and that was on June 5th, 1976. So we just celebrated our 40th anniversary in June this year.
Congratulations. Same wife.
Same wife,
for
yeah.
4 years.
Same one.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. Always nice to hear that long marriage. How did you meet each other?
Well, we met when I got out of the Marine Corps. I went back to college, and Izora was attending at San Jose State, and we happened to run into each other at a Bible study on the campus.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. So she was attending a Bible school also?
No, she was attending San Jose State, but there was a group of Christians who met for Bible study on the campus.
Okay, I see. Then you met.
That's
then
where we
you asked her, of course.
I asked her out, and she said yes.
Oh, first time?
No. Actually, one of the first chance I had to ask her out, I said, how'd you like to go out for dinner next Thursday night? And she said, oh, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm studying for a test the next day. Well, I thought that was, saying, see you later, pal, not interested. But the Lord said to me, ask her again. So I said, well, how about the next Thursday night? And she said, okay. And so
So that's the first date.
that was it.
Wow, that's very romantic. My case is just matchmaker put us together.
Yeah.
So no romantic. So how many children do you have?
We have two daughters. One is 38, the other one is 35. Our oldest daughter Laura.
I thought you were 38.
Oh, thank you. You're very kind. No, plus 30. I'm 68.
Yes.
But our oldest daughter Laura and her family live in Salida.
Uh-huh.
And our youngest daughter Jenny and her family live in Turlock.
So everybody very close.
Very close.
That's-
And we spend
that's
a lot
nice.
of time with our family.
You have any grandchildren?
3 grandchildren, and we spend a lot of time with them. Zora spends time going down and watching the 2 youngest ones, and we've got one of the older ones that's near us, and so I've got her out playing golf, and yeah.
That's
it's really
wonderful
fun.
life, yes. That all kind of things I hear in the talking to you, and we like the audience people probably have some question to you, so I'd like to ask the audience if they do have any question to him.
Sure.
Thank you. Pastor Roots, what are the qualifications for becoming a chaplain in the military? I find it hard to believe that you can just take an oath and boom, you're done, and all of a sudden you've got the word of God in your mouth, or coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
So can you explain what that process is?
Sure, and that's a very good question, because a lot of people simply don't know what those qualifications are. And in my phone conversation with this Navy chaplain who had asked me, I said, what are the qualifications? And he said, you have to have a minimum, you have to have a master's in divinity degree. You have to be ordained by whatever your denomination or faith group happens to be. And you have to have pastored a church, or whatever the equivalency would be in that faith group. And I met all of those, minimal qualifications, although they're fairly extensive. Now, master's in divinity degree is usually a 3-year degree beyond college. So there's quite an investment of time and energy. Now, I wasn't planning to become a Navy chaplain. So the fact that I had those qualifications already was simply God's leading. I wasn't looking to do that.
Okay, so you'd gone to seminary or got your master's all ahead of time before you took the oath.
Correct.
Okay.
So I was already qualified. So when the question was put to me, I was ready to go. Now, I have a lot of people ask me who've not even finished college. So they got a long way to go before they ever are qualified to become a military chaplain. And that's true for the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy. The Marines get their chaplains from the Navy, so that's why the Marines don't have a chaplain corps.
Thank you.
Wow.
Good question, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? Anyone like to have questions?
Yes, Pastor Root. I'd like to ask you what the difference is, you feel, between pastoring a church and being a chaplain in the military.
Oh boy, we need a lot more time. The military, as you are probably well aware, is a subculture of the American culture. We have our own way of dressing, we have our own language that we speak, there is a camaraderie that is unique amongst us, and so it's a world within a world. And so that and one of the key differences for a military chaplain is you live with the people to whom you minister. In the civilian world, you meet together at a church on a Sunday or other times during the week for whatever the events may be, but you don't necessarily live right with the people. You live in the barracks or in an officer's quarters, or you're out in the field in the tent with the guys that you're ministering to, from the lowest private to the most senior officer. And you're right there. They get to see you day after day doing the basic things in life. And how do you function? So that's one of the really key elements of being a military chaplain. They get to watch you all the time. So you don't just speak and then they see you again in another week or a few days from now. They're going to see you all day, every day, and the next day, all day, every day. And so your life it had better be an open book.
Fabulous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question we have?
Can I ask it?
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Aye.
You said you like to sing. What type of music do you like to sing?
Oh boy, I'm very eclectic when it comes to music. I love all kinds of music. I do have some reservations about certain types. I grew up, my parents, were playing the big band and all that sort of thing on the 33 long play records that we had. I loved listening to that, the Dorseys and Glenn Miller and so on. I still love that music today. I was playing trumpet from the time I was in 4th grade. I got a scholarship to college with the horn. I was company bugler in the Marine Corps. I mean, I've had a lot of fun experiences musically. I didn't come to singing until a little bit later in life. And like a lot of people, I had heard the quartet that everybody knows about that sings in The Music Man. And you go, oh, what a great sound. How do they do that? And where do you go to learn to do that? I didn't know. And we were moving all over the place anyway, so I never settled down long enough to figure out how to get involved in something like that until I was pastoring in Fresno, and my parents bought my wife and me and them some tickets to go to the annual show for what was called the Gold Note Chorus in Fresno. And I loved that 4-part harmony sound, and I said, I've got to do that. So several years later, I got involved with, when I was stationed in Stockton, California, with the Stockton Portsman Quartet, and that's where it started, and I've been singing barbershop ever since. That 4-part harmony, when it's done right, is just hard to beat, and I love it.
Thank you.
I've also sung gospel too, that's a lot of fun.
Very nice.
Thank you for a question.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
From far away, it took us 30 minutes, busy time.
It was
But
worth it.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yes,
Thank
I hope you enjoy your show.
you.